I'm Randy Roberts. This is Lyngard Orchards on Mill Station Road. There's 65 acres of apples here, and I'm fourth generation apple grower. My dad and I raised apples together for many years, and he retired approximately 20 years ago. And so I've been working with Lyngard on our orchards today. This is our main orchard, and then we have 25 acres on Sanders Road, about 17 acres on Gold Ridge, and another 20 acres on Ferguson Road. I live on the Gold Ridge Ranch, and my parents still live there also. I was born and raised in Sebastopol, actually at the hospital in Sebastopol. They used to have a maternity ward years ago, and I've seen a lot of changes over the years. There used to be dozens and dozens of packing houses in the area for apples, and dozens of processing plants and dryers. And when I was, let's say, 10 years old, apple acreage was probably selling for, anywhere between $2,000 and $5,000 an acre. And that was considered pretty expensive at the time. And now, people are selling properties for $100,000 an acre, converting it to vineyard. As far as apples and vineyard, they both do well on the same property. So it's kind of it's not really a competition. It just depends on what one wants to do, raise apples or grapes. Growing up as a kid, we worked all the time. And we had other kids that I went to school with or family friends, and they all would come and pick up apples with us during the summer. And all of the friends and family that I picked up apples with when we were children, none of them have said anything negative about it. None of them are crippled, none of them are scarred by it. They all enjoyed it very much, and they learned to work, and they learned what it took to earn money, and it was all positive. And when I look back on that, it was a good life. It really was, growing up. We sold apples to several different processors over the years, and in the past 20 years to North Coast at Manzana. Approximately 60% of our apples are Gravensteins, which is what this area is known for. Overall, it's probably my favorite. There's several other varieties, Golden Delicious and Jonathan's and Galas, and they all do well, and it kind of extends the season for us. But still, the Gravenstein is hard to beat for this area, as far as I'm concerned. I think we've been totally organic for, I'm gonna say 7 years now. And it's at first it was a big change, but as time went on, it got easier and easier, and now I truly believe it was the only alternative for us. It took a while for us to get converted to organic because there was a lot of just fear of the unknown, I think it was. And so we started with one place, and it was probably the hardest place that I could think of for us to convert to organic, just because of the weather and the terrain and everything else. And I told Gary, if we can do it there, we can do it anywhere. And so we converted that to organic, and it worked out. And so then after that, we slowly converted everything else. And at Manzana, they made it more than worth our while to convert because the price differential was good. And we found out that we could keep our tonnage up, even though people tried to convince us that our tonnage would fall off, and it really hasn't. Actually, it's increased. The fertilizing is probably the biggest difference because it putting out 1,500 to 1,800 yards of manure is a big project compared to putting out a few tons of urea or something like that. but I really believe it's really helped in our production. You know, the trees really adjust to the drought. We're lucky we're in an area that gets a lot of fog. Every so often I have to dig down and fix some drainage pipes or water lines or something. And when I do that in the summer, you really find out how dry it is down there, 4 and 5 feet deep. And you wonder, how do these trees survive? But they pick up enough through the air during the dry times to stay alive. And actually, it's remarkable to me that they keep growing big fruit. So usually in the drier years, we try to prune a little heavier to take some of the burden off of the tree. And we thin the apples to try to also help take the burden from the tree. And it's really been remarkable that we've been able to keep getting crops and big fruit, and the trees keep on going. When I first started dealing with manzana, it was a small family-run operation. There were a few other canneries still in the area that have closed over the years, and they've been around a long time, since I believe 1922, and a lot of people around here thought they would be the first ones to close up, and they're still here and going strong. And it has sold to other company, and they seem to be growing very well. And if they weren't here, I truly believe we wouldn't be in the apple business.